What's created the seller's market that we have today is clearly because of a lack of inventory. For the recessionary years, we didn't build as much as we had in previous years, so we didn't have the constant supply coming online that we'd had in years past. So post-recession, we're sitting at an opportunity where every month more people move into the city of Houston than we have for houses. If you bring in 6,000 new people every month and we only sell 4,000 houses, it leaves 2,000 people without a house. It creates the frenzy and the bidding wars and the uptightness in our marketplace because of that lack of inventory. A typical house in the inner city, if I put it on the market, would probably receive 10 offers. The lesson learned there is 9 people are still in the marketplace the next month, right? They're still living in corporate housing. They're still living in a rental environment they don't really like because the rental rates escalate every month. Or they're living with their friends or their parents and they want a house. They clearly want a house. And you would think today individuals with money and the ability to get a loan would be able to go and find a house, but we're at historic lows of inventory. A balanced market would have 6 months of inventory. We're down to 1.7, 1.9, and 2 months of inventory in many of the markets throughout the entire city, both the suburbs and the inner city. And so the inventory can't keep up. The recession did help people along a little bit. It taught us we may not need 5,000 square feet. We might live comfortably in the 2,600 square feet that we already had. And people just aren't as mobile as they used to be because they're more debt conscious and they're more concerned about living within their means, living past the recession, that I think people don't put their house for sale as often as possible. And we have this tremendous job growth that creates the lack of inventory, but the demand keeps rising. And it's imbalanced. I don't see it getting any better in 2014. I don't think it can pan out in 2015. It would take a catastrophic event for our industry to see much of a slowdown. We have to be concerned about pricing. If we have too rapid a growth of pricing, it will stunt the marketplace. People would sell today because they could make a profit on their house. They have nowhere to go or fearful of being homeless, of selling theirs and not getting the house that it is that they want. So it's created this imbalance. It will eventually pan out. People will build more houses and people will have such an incentive to sell their home that they'll do so. But it's created an imbalance in the marketplace that it's not as fun to be a buyer today as it used to be, but it's pretty fun to be a seller.